Shalom, my Hebrews and Hebrews. Welcome to the Oilfield Disciple Daily Bread. Today we will be in Genesis, 25, I believe. Yep, 25. And then Psalms 26, Matthew 25, and Proverbs 15. All right, so Isaac has his wife Rebekah now, and now we're going to check that out. Bereshit 25. And Abraham took another wife, whose name was Keturah, and she bore him Zimran, and Yokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Yishkab, and Shuan, and Yoksha brought forth Sheba, and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Asherim, and Letushim, and Lemumim. Man, imagine having all them names back in the day. And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, Eldaah. All these were the children of Keturah. Oh, Abraham got busy with that one. Now Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac, but to the sons of the concubines whom Abraham gave gifts while he was still living, and sent them away from his son Isaac, eastward to the land of the east. And these are all the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 175 years. And Abraham breathed his last and died in a good old age, aged and satisfied, and was gathered to his people. Now, Psalms 91:16 will get you there. Pretty much, we think about what is the point of life? To glorify God, first of all, and second, to make seed, you know, um, further your seed line. And his son Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the field of Ephron, son of Shoar the Hittite, the field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Heth. There Abraham was buried with Sarah his wife, as it should be. And it came to be after the death of Abraham that Elohim blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt with Ber-Lahai Roi. And this is the genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son. Now Ishmael is going to go on to be what we know as the uh, Middle Eastern descent of, um, man, I always lose that. I always lose that. Why do I do that? I'll come back to it. And this is the genealogy of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar, the Egyptian, Sarah's female servant, bore to Abraham. And these were the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to their generations, the firstborn of Ishmael: Neboeth, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadar, Tema, Yeter, Nephish, and Kedemah. They are also known as the 12 princes of Islam. Islam's the word. 12 princes of Islam. These were the sons of Ishmael, and these were their names by their towns and their settlements, 12 chiefs according to their tribes. And these were the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he breathed his last and died and was gathered to his people. And they dwelt from Havilah as far as Shur, which is east of Egypt, as you go toward Asher. He settled before all his brothers. I'm going to, let's just keep reading. And this is the genealogy of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham brought forth Yitzhak. And Yitzhak was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, his wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean. And Yitzhak prayed to Yahweh for his wife because she was barren. And Yahweh answered his prayer, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And within her the children struggled together. And she said, "If all is right, why am I this way?" So she went to ask Yahweh, and Yahweh said to her, "Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples shall be separated from your body. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older serve the younger." And when the days were filled for her to give birth, see, twins were in her womb. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. So they called his name Esau. And afterward his brother came out with his hand holding on to Esau's heel. So his name was called Yaakov. And Yitzhak was 60 years old when she bore them. Jacob is heel grabber. And the boys grew up, and Esau became a man knowing how to hunt, a man of the field, while Jacob was a complete man dwelling in tents. And Yitzhak loved Esau because he ate of his wild game, and Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob cooked a stew, and Esau came in from the field and was weary. And Esau said to Jacob, "Please feed me with that same red stew, for I am weary." That is why his name was called Edom. Esau, aka Edomites, red complexion. But Jacob said, "Sell me your birthright." And Esau said, "Look, I am going to die, so why should I have a birthright?" And Jacob said, "Swear to me today." And he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Jacob then gave Esau bread, stew, and lentils, and he ate and drank and rose up and left, and Esau despised his birthright. Amazing what we'll do when we get hungry. Amazing what becomes secondhand, what becomes secondary, third, fourth down the list when that old gut starts growling. Ain't much we won't do for food. That's why it's important that we remember that we do not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth from the mouth of Yahweh. Psalms 25. Or we read that one yesterday. Psalm 26. Rule me rightly, O Yahweh, for I have walked in my integrity, and I have trusted in Yahweh without wavering. Examine me, O Yahweh, and prove me. Try my kidneys and my heart, for your loving commitment is before my eyes. And I have walked in your truth, and I have not sat with men of falsehood, nor do I enter with pretenders. I have hated the assembly of evildoers, and I do not sit with the wrong. I wash my hands in innocence, and I walk around your slaughter place, O Yahweh, to raise a voice of thanksgiving and to declare all your wonders. Yahweh, I have loved the abode of your house, and the place where your glory dwells. Do not gather my being together with sinners, nor my life with bloodthirsty men, in whose hands is plot, and their right hand is filled with bribes. But as for me, I walk in my integrity. Redeem me and show me favor. My foot shall stand on a level place. In the assemblies I bless Yahweh. In trying times, we need to pray that Yahweh gathers us together to other like-minded individuals, lest we stumble and we dishonor our Lord. Oh, where are you going? Proverbs 15. We're going to get some discipline here today. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up displeasure. The tongue of the wise makes knowledge good, but the mouth of fools pour out foolishness. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, watching the evil and the good. A healing tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it crushes the spirit. A fool despises his father's discipline, but he who heeds reproof is clever. The household of the righteous is a great treasure, but in the income of the wrong is trouble. The lips of the wise scatter knowledge, but in the heart of fools it is not so. The slaughtering of the wrong ones is an abomination to Yahweh, but the prayer of the straight is his delight. The way of the wrong one is an abomination to Yahweh, but he loves him who pursues righteousness. Discipline is grievous to him who forsake the way. Sort of like today, I hear it over and over again, don't have to, you can eat pork, you can eat bacon, you can do all this. You don't really have to keep the law. Do what you want, doesn't matter. Well, discipline at first was grievous until I realized I had to fear Yahweh. He who hates reproof dies. Verse 11, Sheol and destruction are before Yahweh. How much more the hearts of the sons of men? A scoffer does not love his reprover, nor does he go to the wise. A glad heart makes a good face, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is stricken. The heart of the understanding one seeks knowledge. Do we not? Those of us that are searching the way, do we not seek all the knowledge we can about Yahweh? But the mouth of fools feed on folly. All the days are afflict all the days of the afflicted are evil, but gladness of heart is a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of Yahweh than great treasure with trouble. Better is a meal of vegetables where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. A man of wrath stirs up strife, but he who is patient appeases strife. The way of a lazy one is like a hedge of thorns, but the way of the straight is a highway. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to one lacking heart, but a man of understanding walks straight. Without counsel, plans go wrong, but by great counselors they are established. Put wise men around you. I had a brother that said that um, if you're the smartest man in the room, you need to find another room. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and how good is the word spoken in its season. He also said the best room in the house was the room for improvement. Verse 24, the path of life is upward for the wise, to turn away from Sheol below. Yahweh tears down the house of the proud, and he sets up the boundary of the widow. Evil thoughts are an abomination to Yahweh, but pleasant words are clean. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes lives. The heart of the righteous ponder how to answer, but the mouth of the wrong pour out evil. Yahweh is far from the wrong ones, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart. A good report gives marrow to the bones. An ear that hears the reproof of life does dwell among the wise. He who ignores discipline hates himself, but he who listens to reproof gets understanding. The fear of Yahweh is the discipline of wisdom, and before glory and honor is humility. Matthew 25. As we speak of the oil here, that's obedience and faith. Verse 25. The rain of the heavens shall be, I didn't say verse, chapter 25. Matityahu, Matthew. You can also go read Leviticus 24 to correlate the oil and the lamps. Verse 1, then the rain of the heavens shall be compared to 10 virgins, who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were wise and 5 foolish. Those who were foolish, having taken their lamps, took no oil with them. They had no obedience. They were rebellious. But the wise took oil in their containers with their lamps. They were obedient, waiting on the Lord. Now while the bridegroom took time, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard, see, the bridegroom is coming, go to meet him. Then all the maidens, or the virgins, rose up and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, give us some of your oil, because our lamps are going out. I could preach on this one. But the wise answered, saying, no, indeed, there would not be enough for us and you. Instead, go to those who sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. And later the other virgins also came, saying, Master, Master, open up for us. But he answered and said, truly, I say to you, I do not know you. Matthew 7:23. Disobedience and rebellion. It's not good, y'all. Watch, therefore, because you do not know the day nor the hour in which the Son of Adam is coming. For it is like a man going from home, who called his own servants and delivered his possessions to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability, and went from home. And he who had received the 5 talents went and worked with them, and made another 5 talents. Knowledge and discipline adds to knowledge and discipline. In the same way, he with the two also gained two more. But he who had received the one went away and dug in the ground and hid the silver from his master. As God gives you utterances, God gives you understanding and knowledge. You're not to just hold it in. You're to go and further the kingdom. And he who had received the 5 talents came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. See, I've gained 5 more talents beside them. And his master said to him, Well done, good and trustworthy servant. You were trustworthy over little, so I shall set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. Then he who had received the 2 talents came and said, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents. See, I gained 2 more besides them. His master said to him, Well done, good and trustworthy servant. You are trustworthy over little, I shall set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And the one who had received the 1 talent came to him and said, Master,